Nobody in this town expected it to ever be like this. The street is completely flooded. Everybody on the street lost everything.
We came out of it safely, but many people did not, and we're just continuing to lift that area. All the rescue teams that are coming in, all the supplies.
There's still some big areas that have not been addressed. I think we kind of got skipped over as far as relief efforts, and so that's led to some delays.
I know there's a lot of people that are frustrated out there, and I can certainly appreciate that, and Marty and I felt that when we were on the road yesterday, but also told them this is unprecedented that we're dealing with. Previously, the worst storm Georgia Power had ever dealt with.
We don't need people in Washington doing things. We need people here doing things, and this community showed that.
Well, brand new top of the hour, we now know at least 200 are dead, homes upended, and towns unrecognizable in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. And any moment now, President Biden will be getting an update in Florida as he continues his tour of the hardest hit areas. Just our thoughts are with all those affected by this, John. It is just brutal for so many. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Sandra Smith in New York.
Hey, indeed, and our hearts just go out to them. I'm John Roberts in Washington, and this is America Reports. Today marks a week since Hurricane Helene made landfall, most of those 200 deaths in the state of North Carolina. Survivors there are still isolated by catastrophic flooding, and they are desperately pleading for basic necessities.
Water, food, for so many, that is hard to find at this moment, still hard to believe. And in moments, we'll be speaking with a man who's overseeing distribution centers across the Tar Heel state. Thank God for him. And joining him is one of the victims, well, two at this moment, with the little baby in tow, that he is right now trying to help.
All right, we'll talk to them in just a moment, but first to our Steve Harrigan. He's live in Swannanoa, North Carolina. What's it looking like there, Steve? I mean, the picture really tells the story.
It really does, John. This is what it looks like when you get 10 feet of flood water in your town. Everything's pretty much covered with mud. And these people here have been through so much as well. Joe Dancy lives in this house. He said the water came up so quickly he had to break out through the window and swim to safety. A lot of these people have gone through life or death decisions in the past 48 hours or so. And many of them are expressing frustration with the lack of help that they're getting. Many being told to go on a website or to text a number. When they don't have the basics like electricity or cell phone service, they express a little bit of frustration about that to us.
We can barely text each other. The cell service is so bad, and they're giving people access to resources by calling phone numbers and web addresses, and we don't have that access.
People have been showing up to volunteer with chainsaws, saying, send us out to where people are trapped. We will go and we will get them out. It's been incredible.
A lot of people in this neighborhood actually rode the storm out on their roofs. Now, FEMA has been through this neighborhood. They've talked to people. One woman said her house is totally destroyed. FEMA offered her $750 emergency disbursement. She accepted that. She said she expects to get the money in 10 days' time. John, back to you.
What's she going to do until then, Steve?
She's hoping to get in touch with family and live there, but right now it's every man for himself, neighbor helping neighbor.
Wow, it seems like there needs to sounds like there needs to be more immediacy to the relief efforts. All right, Steve, we'll keep pushing that. Steve Harrigan for us in Swannanoa. Steve, thank you. Sandra?
John, let's bring in Doc Hendley now, founder and CEO of Wine to Water, a nonprofit that is helping those on the ground in Western North Carolina. And Hannah Smith, North Carolina resident impacted by the storm. Hannah, I want to start with you first because I'm sure probably the attention with baby is limited. But Hannah, you've got your beautiful baby there. You've been through so much. Please tell us, what is it like right now for you? What have you been through? And what do you need right now?
Right now, everything is just devastating. It's eye-opening. I mean, I haven't been to my house since the storm hit. I've just been going off of what my father-in-law, who is there, says. But I talked to one of my close childhood friends yesterday, and her house is completely destroyed, and they're trying to find somewhere to live. We have family close by that's still stuck in their houses. We're just thankful we can get here to get diapers and formula and a hot meal, because right now those are very important to us because the stores don't have them.
I can tell baby just loves the sound of your voice. I know she's just